you will make on God. And the freer your flow will when you're in the spirit, or when you're speaking in other tongues, it'll give you a free flow. And when you get that free flow, doubt, fear has to go. When you get that free flow, your doubt, your fear has to go. Because see, your speaking is going to tear it down. It's going to allow you to go beyond the veil when you speak. Don't worry about what country you represent. Don't worry about what nationality you represent. Don't worry about how the people look at you or what the people think about. Concentrate on what you're doing and get a free flow out of it. If you're going to do it, let it be free. Amen. Don't do it like you're afraid, because God can't hear you. God can't hear you. You got to talk to God. I'm talking about y'all scared of speaking in tongues, but you got to talk to God. When you get on it, you get in it. When you get the opportunity to talk to God, you better let it flow. Let God hear what you're saying. You better be worried about whether God can interpret what you're saying. Because some of us, when we go to God, He like, what else? It's almost like we had a bad connection. But let it flow. Have a whole conversation with God. I do it all the time. Sometimes I look at something on YouTube and it makes me real emotional. Next thing you know, I'm talking to God. I done forgot about the TV show or whatever I was looking at. I done got in this spirit and I'm just talking to God, just sitting there. Sometimes I walk through the house and God tapped me on my shoulder and I start talking to Him. I start talking to Him. Because at any time God could be wanting to say something to me and I want to be available. That's all I'm saying. But the more you put in, the more you get out. You don't put nothing in, you can't get nothing out. Amen. How you going to interpret when you ain't said nothing? What's good is interpretation if you ain't saying nothing. Come on, somebody. God blessed me with interpretation, but ain't nobody saying nothing. See, you didn't go deep enough with what you're doing in order to give me a reason to interpret. I hear you say, God, we glorify you. And then I hear you say, God, we glorify you. And then I hear you say, God, we glorify you. Amen. So what is there for me to interpret? See, y'all think it's just a game just because you can speak in tongues, but you got to get professional with this thing. I'm telling you. And see, y'all afraid. Some of y'all got to wait till you get out of character. This is your language. It becomes your language. It becomes your language. It becomes your language. It becomes your language. Because it's your life. Y'all don't want to be Muslims. Y'all don't want to be Arabs. Y'all don't want to be Jews. Y'all don't want to be Gentile, but you're speaking their language. Uh-oh.